Hello and welcome to another installment of Vericut Tech Tips. Today we will be discussing a preferred method of managing Vericut directories and managing files. It's suggested that an individual within the company be appointed as the Vericut administrator. Some of the key advantages to doing this is that it helps maintain consistency within the directory structure and naming conventions. It limits the number of individuals who can make changes to these important files. It also helps to maintain current files. It is the Vericut administrator's duty to set up and maintain the directory infrastructure. Here we have an overall view of the directory structure and infrastructure. To start, let's focus on the upper half of this directory infrastructure. Let's imagine this white box to be your Vericut template directory, where you'll store all your template files, such as the machine, the control, and the VC project files. Lastly, it's important to mention that this template directory should be write protected to avoid accidentally saving files that were not intended to be saved. Now let's take a look at this structure in a practical environment. Here I have a root directory called Vericut_template. This is where I keep all my Vericut files for my individual machine. Let's take a look at the Mazak Variaxis. Here I keep an archive of previous revisions on this machine. I also keep a copy of the latest template files zipped up for in case something happens to my files. Let's go ahead and extract the files into this directory. Next, I'm going to set the directory permissions so that nobody accidentally overwrites these important template files. I now have a template directory that is ready to be used. Now that we have this template directory set up, we can review the best method to create project files while maintaining links to our template files. It's important that we maintain the links between our project and our template for in case we need to make changes to our machine or our control. This linking process will allow for the changes to automatically be filtered down to any projects that we've previously created. The best way to maintain the integrity of the links is to start by opening the VC project template file, doing a save as on the project, and naming the new project appropriately. This sequence will ensure that our project maintains the links back to our template files for its machine and control. We can continue the same sequence for additional new projects. Now let's take a further look using a practical example. Here I've created a directory for all my Vericut projects. Let's configure a set of correctly linked files for my exhaust fitting project. To start, I'll create a directory in my project folder to keep all of my project files. And now I'll launch Vericut. And I'll go ahead and open my template file. This is my template file. If you recall, I write protected my directory. This means that I can't accidentally save my control or my machine file. I'll now do a save as on the project file. Here I'll navigate to the directory that I created earlier for my exhaust fitting, and I'll rename the file. You can now see in my project directory I have a new VC project file named exhaust fitting. . Next, I'll quickly build this project using the drag and drop method. Lastly, I'll save my project. To validate that my links have been maintained back to my template files, I'll use File Summary. Here I can see that anything project related is pointed to my project directory, while anything machine and control related is pointed to my template directory. And that's it. For any additional information, please see the Vericut help.